Guys, now that the Quest 3S has officially been announced, we have the spec sheet and we have the comparisons. Let's get into it. So starting off right away, the Quest 3S is not an upgrade to the Quest 3. It's a cheaper alternative that is more targeted toward the average VR viewer. So not someone who's going hardcore into VR, but someone who just wants to get, kind of dip their toes in, as they would say, and get into the experience in some capacity. So for example, the Quest 3S is following with the Quest 2, where it only has one LCD screen rather than one per eye, which is what the Quest 3 has. Now, one LCD screen isn't really that bad. Again, the Quest 2 is doing the same process here. And if you have used the PSVR or PSVR 2, you will also tell that both of those have one LCD screen in front of your face, rather than, again, one per eye. Resolution per eye is less than the Quest 3, but is exactly the same as the Quest 2. Again, this is kind of like a enhancement of the Quest 2 rather than it being an actual upgrade to the Quest 3. So again, if you have a Quest 3, you're not going to want to pick up this device. You are absolutely fine. And as we go down this list, you can see a lot of the stuff actually compares almost identical to the Quest 2. And again, it's kind of like a refresh of the Quest 2, but with some enhanced features and some more up-to-date features. So for example, we have 18 PPD versus a 4 PPD black and white. We have color. Now, past view, what this means is, as we see with the Quest 3, when you put it on, you actually can see around and it actually looks good. Actually looks like real life. With the Quest 2, you didn't have that. You just had a black and white image as you walk around. It's harder to see. You could fall into things. Well, that feature from the Quest 3 has been brought to the 3S. So again, a huge feature that a lot of people love. Well, that's added to the Quest 3S. Everything else on this page, though, is exactly the same as the Quest 2. It does have the XR2 Gen 2 processor, which is the same processor as the Quest 3. So you're going to get an upgrade in gigabytes of RAM from the Quest 2. You're going to get an updated processor. Again, you get a better pass-through view experience in the Quest 2. You also get the exact Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 6E as well. Touch plus AA batteries 1x, hand tracking and voice. Again, what you do see in the Quest 3, you also get in the Quest 3S. In head strap speakers, again, you also get, I believe you also do have a audio headphone jack, I want to say. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you do. You get a better battery, a bigger battery with the Quest 3S. And of course, it is lighter than the Quest 3, but heavier than the Quest 2. So that's that. Headset tracking inside out, no external beacons. That is across the board for all three. Controller tracking, headset tracked, headset line of sight needed. And again, that does go for all three. Eye tracking is a no. Expression tracking is also a no for all three of these. Price tags. This is the most important thing. This will start at a price tag of $300 for the 128GB model. A 256GB model at $400. And of course, with the Quest 3, you did have a $512 or $500. And I believe, wasn't there a... There's a 256GB, right? 128GB previously available. So I guess they're going to stop selling that. So 500 will be the 100% number there. And of course, 400 for 256GB. These numbers are MSRP when it came out. You can get these for a lot cheaper now. But overall wise, it's a great device. It really is. And for what it's made for, which I think the average VR experience consumer who has not gotten into VR yet wants to get into VR, and maybe they have a Quest 2 and they haven't upgraded to a Quest 3, and they just see that $500 and they think, this is ridiculous, I can't afford that, I could never afford that. Well, this is maybe a little bit easier of a price tag to stomach. You know, you get a lot of the great features from the Quest 3 and now the 3S. You're able to, you know, kind of up your VR experience without breaking the bank. And I think this is a great kind of refresh for the Quest 2. Again, I know some people can be disappointed because it's not a Quest 3, you know, upgrade. And some people thought it was going to be, but that's simply not the case. This is a Quest 2 refresh. That's pretty much how this is. They should have named it the 2S, but it wouldn't have made sense in the context of it being a brand new device. And people would be like, wait, why is the 2S coming out? So tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.